Hey gamers, Coach Avery here, and in today's session, we're going to go over a key game sense mechanic in League, tracking the jungler. But this time, we'll be focusing on using the tips from our first video of tracking our jungler and applying it to the enemy jungler instead, with some new information to take in, so buckle up. When you track the enemy jungler, to an extent, there's an amount of guesswork involved, as you can't be sure about their whereabouts unless they're on a ward. However, with the information and tips in this workout, you'll be able to make the best judgment call based on your map awareness and information you currently have from vision. In a custom game, open up the game and play in a lane. After 3 to 5 minutes respectively, make an educated guess on where you think the enemy jungler would be if they hadn't ganked anyone yet at that time. For this first drill, we're going to go over leashing and how it'll affect tracking the enemy jungler. So what is leashing? Leashing is the term used to refer to the process in which a player usually helps a jungler kill their first jungle camp to speed up the process and their clear. Typically, most junglers will both start on the bot side of the map, as bot lane gives a stronger leash since there's 2 people. However, depending on specific scenarios and matchups, some junglers will start top side instead, having the top laner leash. If you know that the jungler has started bot side, usually indicated by the bot lane coming late to lane, then the bot lane can typically be more at ease once the jungler has more than enough time to clear towards the top side of the map. On the other hand, top lane should play much more cautiously and be alert to gank since they know that the junglers are coming to their side of the map and prepare for a potential fight for Scuttle Crab. In a custom game, play as a jungler and see how long it takes you to clear your bot side of the jungle and subtract roughly 10 seconds off of that to account for leashing, to see how long typically it would take the jungler to be on the other side of the map. For this next drill, we're going to go over what you should do when the enemy jungler is on your side of the map versus not. Essentially, it's the opposite of what you would do from when we went over in the last script. When they're on your side, play cautiously and care for all-ins from the enemy laner, and don't fall for a bait. When they're confirmed on the opposite side of the map from being in vision somewhere, feel free to be as aggressive as you feel comfortable doing. Just be sure not to mess with your wave state. If they're on the other side of the map, this is your opportunity to get vision in preparation for their potential gank. Warding in their jungle can be very valuable for your team's vision, but it's only worth it if you don't die, so be careful. Open up a custom game and practice quickly placing deep wards in the enemy jungle that will give you optimal vision and then leaving for 3 minutes. For the last drill, we're going to go over something that could potentially throw off your laners, fake leashing. Essentially what this is, most commonly practiced in the bot lane, but also by the top lane sometimes as well, is when laners will wait somewhere out of vision and then show up late to lane without missing experience, giving the impression that they just spent time leashing the jungler when in fact they didn't. This will potentially give your laner the false sense of security when they think the jungler should be on the other side of the map, when in reality the jungler is actually pathing towards them. Be sure to use this to your advantage and catch your enemy off guard with an unexpected all-in with a gank from your jungler. On the same note, be sure to pay attention to enemy vision and not be caught off guard by the same tactic. Play smart until you've seen the jungler on vision. A good and safer ward to place if you want to place one is at the enemy's raptors before minions spawn around the 2-minute mark. Just be careful not to get caught. In the practice tool, practice standing out of vision and figure out the best time to walk into lane without missing experience, while also giving the illusion that you leashed, and then resetting to try different areas for 3 times. A hint, if you want to make sure that you leave the jungler without walking to lane late, make sure to get out of there before the Gromp finishes spawning. Now it's time to take what we learned about tracking the enemy jungler and put it to the test. In a normal draft game, pick the bot or support role, and during the course of the game, place 1 deep ward in their jungle successfully at any point, fake leash if applicable without missing experience, and successfully make a guess where their jungler is at least 3 times during the course of the game using the knowledge and tips, pressure your lane, or play your lane safely. In today's workout, we covered some tactics and tips on how to track the enemy jungler and what to do to make your laning phase more successful utilizing it. Remember to make sure not to be caught off guard and catch your enemy laners by surprise with these tips. My name is Coach Avery. Have an amazing holiday season, and I'll catch you on the Rift.